Hi everybody, it's Kelly Russell with teachersofgod.org, and I'm here to talk with you today about the holiday season and about what if God was one of us. So it is the holiday season, and whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or the winter solstice, or you don't celebrate anything this time of year, it's really hard to escape what seems like a manifestation of tension and hecticness and just a higher level of stress right now. It also can be a wonderful season and joy-filled and happy and exciting, and people are in a giving mood, and there's a lot of love around. But if you have been experiencing feelings of getting pissed off at people, feeling whether it's with your loved ones, with family, whether it's with just people in general, or you're getting yourself to the point where you think you're going to get into fisticuffs over parking spaces, or you get upset with crowds at the mall, or just any kind of stress and any kind of sort of feeling jacked up. I've been thinking about this concept lately of what if God was one of us? So there was a question that was raised recently with Teachers of God about, isn't it blasphemous to see ourselves as the same as God? And yet A Course in Miracles teaches exactly that. That is who we are, that we are the same as God, that the substance of us, what runs through us, the light that is within us, that our true selves and what we are created of is the exact same as God. In fact, the Course in Miracles says that the only difference between ourselves and God is that God created us, we did not create Him. The only difference. So if that is true, that means that we are in fact the same as God, and what that means is that everyone that you know and everyone that you don't know, and everyone that you love and everyone that you hate and everyone that you have judgment and criticism about and everyone that you adore and glorify and everyone that you think is awesome and everyone you think is an asshole is God. So what if you started to act like that? What if you treated everyone in your life as if they were God? What if you saw them as if they were God? So instead of having some of the reactions that you might sometimes have toward people in your life, instead of allowing the ego mind, that part of our minds that is steeped in fear and wants to project that fear onto other people and make them wrong, find fault with them. Instead of doing that, what if you stopped yourself? And what if you reminded yourself that this person is God? If you think about how we are with the royal family, some of us in this world, where we're very interested in them, and there's a lot of ideas about royals being somehow better or more superior. And there's this belief through ancient history that the reason people have royal blood is because they're descended from God. That's what makes people royal, that's what makes people kings and queens, is being descended from God. Okay, so we're all descended from God. And why is that so much harder to get our head around than it is to see somebody with a particular bloodline? The bloodline is about the body, and our ancestry, our royalty, our holiness is our light. It's who we are. It's what we're made of. It has nothing to do with the body and everything to do with the spirit of who we are. So when we find ourselves in judgment or in criticism or getting pissed off or getting elevated about something, or finding ourselves as wanting to get into an argument with somebody, or making them wrong or just wanting to be in some kind of conflict, that's when we go to that place of, okay, this person is not only my brother, which is the first layer of knowing who you are and who your brother is that everyone is your brother because everyone is part of God. But it's the next layer beyond that, which is that we are all part of God. We are all part of the Creator. We are all created from that same light. That's what that Namaste prayer means, right? That Namaste means I recognize that the light in you and the light in me is the same light. So if you think about, like, if you're just walking around and you happen to meet somebody and somehow you found out that that person was actually God, how would you be different? You know, there's the movie Oh God with George Burns, who was so great as, you know, the wise old dude as God. And there are movies that where God has been depicted in these various ways. And it's been known to some of the people in the movies that this person was God. And there's this feeling of wanting to be different toward them, to wanting to treat them with deference and with respect and with reverence and with gratitude and seeing their holiness. But what about if we did that with everyone? What about if we really saw who each other were? That is the only way that we are going to be able to see who we really are. It's the only way that we are going to know ourselves. And the Course in Miracles tells us this, is to be able to see everyone, not only as our brother, which is, as I said, is the first step, but everyone as ourselves. And everyone as ourselves as being exactly like God. So it is not, in fact, blasphemous to think that we are our God. We understand that God created us, we did not create Him, and that He is our creator and not the reverse. But it's not blasphemous, it's not arrogant. If anything, it's blasphemous and arrogant to think that we are anything other than God. To think, as we do with the ego mind, that we somehow created ourselves. That's what's blasphemous and arrogant. So in this holiday season, I just invite you to choose a different way of looking. This season of light, when the light returns, to look for the light in everyone, to look for the God in everyone, to imagine that everyone that you're speaking to is in fact God, and that it's not that God is one of us, it's that we are one of Him. So thank you so much for joining me today. I love having you with me, and if you'd like to leave me a comment over on the blog, I read every one. I love to hear from you. And I invite you, if something in this video has resonated with you and you want to go deeper in your understanding of what I've been talking about as we being God expressing on earth and as everyone being our brother, I invite you to sign up for the teachersofgod.org Guide to 365, which takes you through all 365 workbook lessons with commentary by Lisa Natoli. And it is fantastic, and it will change your life. Merry Christmas. Namaste.